What's up, snitches? It's your boy, Doc Vader. It's May the 4th, which is officially a holiday. And it is a holiday upon which I never still get a day off. I'm still on call, even on May the 4th. It's my big day. But you know what? Today, since I was working, I've decided to give a special gift to the world on May the 4th. I'm going to force choke simultaneously every anti-vaxxer on the planet. Say your prayers, Jenny McCarthy, because you are about to go down like that guy in episode 4 who just basically is face down, just nothing but this, okay? Are you ready? Here we go. And the best thing is I've been saving up my force choke rollover minutes just for this, so I'll have plenty of minutes. Here we go. Damn it! Why isn't it working, Heineber?
I think Luke used up your friends and family? Was that what happened?
Luke! Let's start the show!
Go. I'm aight.
May the 4th, snitches. It's on like Donkey Kong. Today we are talking about the anti-vaccine movement and what incredible nerf herders they are. It is amazing because many people don't understand this fact, but my boy Bill Nye, the science guy, he's a Sith Lord. Look at his eyes, they're yellow. And he has been spreading truth throughout the galaxy, bringing order to the system. Is there a clip, Heineber?
I got a clip for you, Doc.
Let us roll the clip.
Here's how vaccines work. We study a germ. We call this particular one Gary.
Believe it or not, that is absolutely how they teach the class on vaccinations in every medical school across the country.
Stop it now. Really, Professor? Really, Professor Radio Guy? That's how they teach the class on vaccines in medical school? Have you been to medical school? Do you know this for a fact, that they have a Grover that is eating fake viruses? No. They teach you about binding proteins and immune system memory and B-cell responses and humoral responses. And they teach you about stuff that you might like to know, it's called science. Who is this two-bit clown, Heineber?
He's just some jackweasel that I found on the interwebs. I guess he has some radio show where he talks about nonsense to idiots.
I used to bullseye jackweasels in my T-16 back home. They weren't much bigger than this, which is the size of this man's penis.
Let's continue to roll the clip.
We take a disease, we modify it, and we put it in some inert substance and inject it into you, and your body recognizes it over and over again and fights it. But Bill Nye has completely and totally oversimplified this to make you think it's a good idea. Here's the part.
It is a good idea. Roll the clip.
Of this little first grader's example you didn't cover, Bill. So first of all, aluminum. What happens if you inject it when you're a baby? Has there ever been a safety test on it? Never.
Stop.
Not in the history of man.
Stop. Aluminum? Has there ever been a safety? Oh, these people. Yes, there has been a safety study. It's called getting FDA approval for a vaccine. And any vaccines that contained aluminum adjuvants had them in such small quantities that, as you know, Mr. Scientist, the dose makes the poison. That's why when I force choked that guy in episode 4 on the bridge of the Death Star, I only used a little bit of dark side force. And what happened? Did he die? No. It's the same question I ask patients on the patient satisfaction score. Did you die? No. Then it is fine. Is aluminum toxic in the tiny doses that it was used in the certain vaccines it was used in? No. Period.
Doc, why are they so mad at aluminum when they use it to make their tinfoil hats?
That's the thing. You would think they would have an affinity. You know, they're drinking their Shasta, and they're wearing their tinfoil hat, and they're using their deodorant that has aluminum in it, and they're pronouncing it aluminium just because they think they're British, but they're not. Right? The whole thing is a total cluster F, as far as I'm concerned.
I feel like we got to continue the clip because the stupidity definitely continues.
Oh, yes.
We ever said, what does it happens when we inject aluminum? We don't care, Bill. Gary gets a little shot of aluminum in there. So we're going to take mercury. We're putting it inside of Gary here. Most toxic substance, by the way, that's not radioactive.
Stop.
Check out your flu.
The most toxic substance that is not radioactive is mercury. I think the most toxic substance that is not radioactive is Jenny McCarthy. I take that back. She's actually radioactive. It's because there's implants of uranium in her bosoms. I'm convinced of this, Heineba. Listen to me. This guy thinks mercury in vaccines. First of all, it's not there in most vaccines now. Second of all, it's in a form that is not absorbed by the body. Second of all, or third, what are we on now? 12th of all? 12th of all. It's the dose that makes the poison. A little bit of force choking doesn't kill you, just shakes you up a bit. A lot of force choking, dead as a doornail. The end of the documentary Rogue One. I killed a bunch of people. Full on force choke. Right? The guy on the bridge of the Death Star, just a bit, just a touch. And then that guy, that chap, director, what's his name? I said, do not choke on your aspirations, director.
Admiral.
Just a tiny, just a touch, a smidge of force energy. Same with mercury. The dose makes the toxin, people.
Doc, I feel like you're about to get even more mad.
They've decided it's a great idea to have mercury being injected into Gary, which is going into your fetus. How about formaldehyde? Have you seen any of the articles on formaldehyde? The science is settled. It's perfectly decided. There we go. Formaldehyde for everybody. Wonderful.
Stop it now. Listen, Professor. Let me tell you a little something about formaldehyde. Number one, it is made in the human gut and in the body already. That's formaldehyde. We make it. It's like a nutrient. Number next. How many hours of my life did I spend encased in formaldehyde in anatomy lab? Hours and hours and hours. And guess what? Us doctors live just fine. Minimal autism. Minimal. Formaldehyde is your friend. That is all. Continue the clip. What is this?
Antifreeze. Propylene glycol in your vaccine. But don't worry because we know that Bill told us it's safe. So here we go. Into Gary. Now we have what is really a vaccine. See this
Okay, let's stop that right now. Really, antifreeze? You're going to pull propylene glycol. Do you understand that a tauntaun's blood is made of propylene glycol? That's how it doesn't freeze on Hoth. And you thought they smelled bad on the outside.
This just reads like a list of textbook things that people say that are bad for you. It's like aluminum, mercury, antifreeze, formaldehyde. You want those in your baby? Not me.
Not at all. And these are the same people who will smoke a cigarette while saying, "Get your needles off me, bro. Oh, I'm just vaping."
Or like Jenny McCarthy, they shove a metric ton of silicone into their own body, right?
That's correct. Or like Gwyneth Paltrow, a metric ton of jade into her vajayjay.
Yanni. It's called the Yanni, Doc.
I'm
Get it
sorry.
right.
Yanni live at the Acropolis, of course. I would do anything for jade. And you know it's true, and that's a fact.
There we go. Here we go. Stuff that. Oh, you can eat it. There we go. Oh, he's got it. Oh, yeah, he's got it.
The science is settled. Vaccinations work. They save lives.
Except here's the problem Bill Nye and no scientist in America wants to talk about. Where does that mercury go? Where does that aluminum go? They're not finding it in your urine. It's not disappearing when you take a crap. What it's doing is it's being found where? It's going into the brain.
Oh
and
my
when it
gosh,
hits the
pause
brain,
this. Wait a second. Just play the clip paused. I want to see this guy's face. Can we do that? Is that possible? Logan, you have failed me for the last time. There it is. All right. Tell me, doesn't this guy look like George Lucas? Isn't he very Lucasian?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that tells me something, okay? It tells me if I'm using the reasoning of the anti-vaxxers. Let's see. This guy looks like George Lucas. George Lucas is a billionaire. Therefore, this guy is a shill for Big Lucas, which means that we can't trust him. And also, he kills babies. Am I right? Back me up here.
I think part of the problem with this guy is he's hanging out all day in the room with the formaldehyde and the mercury and stuff. He's inhaling his own. You know what I'm saying?
No, but it's all in his brain apparently. It's all in his brain. Does that mean I can tell him it's all in his head? Because that's what it is. This is all in his head. Who are these people They have nothing better to worry about. Are you ready for a rant? I'm going to do a rant now.
I'm ready for a rant.
Is it false?
By the way, you don't have to say it, Vader. You can just go on a rant.
No, I have to preface it. Do you know why? People must prepare. They must get ready to click record on their DVRs. Is that what they're using these days on the internet?
Not at all, Doc. Not at all.
It's not a DVR.
Hit us with this rant.
Now, this is my rant, okay? I need you to understand this. These people who have conspiracy theories, these people who think that the government and the scientists are out to destroy them, these people who think they are chemtrails and not contrails, okay? They are so much the victims of the success of science that they have been lulled into a sense of boredom. What can I do with myself now? I have nothing to say or think about. Let me invent problems and blame them on rich people, because deep down inside, I wish I was smart enough to be a scientist and be rich and inject mercury into people's brains. And where is my tinfoil? But it has aluminum, and this makes no sense. And please just make the hurting stop. Mommy, why? Why did you leave me on Tatooine to go with those horrible Jedi? Padme. Oh, May the 4th, whatever.
You know,
This is the most painful holiday item. I remember, Padme.
Vader, pull it together, man. Jesus.
Okay, it's cool. I'm down with it.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of like the people who think like, man, lions aren't dangerous, man. They just want to be loved. They're just big cats. And then they go out there and they get killed by lions.
Totally. It's like that guy who was into the wild. He was like, oh, I can live in Alaska in the wild. No problem. Dead. Dead. You do not pass go. Do not just go directly to heaven or hell. Period. But this is what these people are like, kind of. Listen, the Death Star was not built on chakras. It was not built on magic crystals. Actually, it kind of was, because the Kyber crystals were sort of magical. You know, as they said in that documentary Rogue One, the heart of the most powerful star is made of Kyber. I don't know what kind of accent that was, but it sounded vaguely racist.
Let's finish up with dipshit Mick Anti-Vaxx.
That's right. Encephalopathy, brain swelling. It's written inside the labels. That's a known side effect of every vaccine we get. And yet Bill Nye wants to leave that part of this story out. We haven't figured out how to do this without deadly, poisonous, toxic chemicals and metals. So when they try to tell you the science is settled, that vaccines are safe and effective, you have to know that we've paid out over $3.5 billion with a B in damages to children who have been killed and injured by vaccines.
No way that's true.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Tom, I think he's right. All this time. How could I have been so wrong? Can you text him and tell your sister? You were right. You were right all this time about vaccines. You, not the scientists, not the government, not industry, not people who spend their entire lives studying and caring for babies. No, you were right. Of course. How could we be so blind? Encephalitis, a side effect of every vaccine. Of course, and seatbelts, occasionally they will kill a child as well, but they save more than they kill. I don't know, Heineber. Maybe we were wrong. And maybe this guy needs to be force choked within a minute of his life, because he is a complete... Take this mask off me so I can clown punch you with my own fisticles. That's all I'm telling you. Take it off. You're scared, aren't you?
Let's see. Buffy said, I'm so glad I went to nursing school for 4 years so that my sister could basically have the same opinions as me off of Google.
That's brilliant. But then when the ish hits the fan, who's getting called? The nurse. The nurse sister. Help us, This child has measles. Yes, well, hashtag I told you so, bitch. That's what it is. We've been telling you so. Even Logan knows. And Logan is a muggle. He knows you don't get measles. He vaccinated his child. Michael Landon. Touched by an angel.
Bobby Ray wants to know if he can remove a hangnail with a lightsaber.
I would say it's underkill. I would use a Death Star. I would use something very powerful with a big array, and I would say, single reactor ignition, you may fire when ready. and it'll just shear it right off.
Mike wants to know if you got enough force minutes left to force choke Dr. Google.
Let me see here. Let me look at my... Nope. All out for the month. Have to wait till my billing cycle resets. May the 4th is a tough day. I get paid on, the first of the month because of the welfare.
What the hell was that guy talking about the $3 billion thing?
So what he is referring to are awards to children who have been damaged by vaccines through the vaccine court. I don't know the figure, but yes, people have adverse reactions rarely to vaccines. Just as some are damaged by seatbelts, we still wear seatbelts to keep our children safe. It is hard and impossible to know who will have an adverse reaction until we improve our precision medicine. Until then, in order to stay safe, you must vaccinate and basically create immunity for the entire community. That is what is failing in Minnesota. We are getting measles, and the anti-vaxxers are targeting the Somali population. Now the Somalis are vulnerable because they are worried and scared. They need the proper science education. They are smart enough to figure it out for themselves, Jenny McCarthy. Stay away from my Somali friends in Minneapolis, okay? The ghost of Prince is watching you. He's also probably injecting fentanyl, because that's what he did.
Well, it's like some people are, allergic to peanuts, but peanuts are delicious.
I'm sorry, penis? Who's allergic to penis? I have heard this nonsense. It's an excuse. Padme used to give me the same...
Doc, stop. That's not what I said. I said peanuts.
Padme.
Okay, just keep it together, man.
I miss you so much. May the 4th was our anniversary, Idema. You have to understand. She didn't even tell me no prenatal care, then she plops out 2 twins. I don't even know. I was burned on Mustapha, and my babies are born. They're born, and then Luke went and just burned through all my friends and family force choking minutes. Now I can't force choke every anti-vaxxer in the galaxy.
Christine wants to know, why is this even still a debate? It's not a debate, Christine. It's a cultural war that we're having with idiots.
That's what it is, because it's called false equivalency. It's as if there are 2 sides to the debate. There are not. It is simply a culture war. The smart against the stupid. The awesome against the dimwits. The dingles against the berries. Wait, what? Better fact check.
I think you need to double down on vaccinate your spawn.
Hashtag vaccinate your spawn ×2. Is that doubling down?
Pretty much. That was close.
Perfect. I think vaccinate your spawn, vaccinate other people's spawn, vaccinate retroactively anyone's spawn, and then watch the movie Spawn, because it's awesome. And then vaccinate the movie Spawn.
This Jenny McCarthy thing, man, I just feel like people aren't giving her enough credit,
You've got to be kidding me.
I just feel like she has some good ideas, maybe?
She thought her child was an indigo child. And I said, you know what? Is that like the spawn of the indigo girls? Is it like some kind of vaccinate your spawn? Yes. Thank you, Logan, for that hashtag. You know what you should do too? Vaccinate your pawns if you play chess. Vaccinate anything that has the name On in it. If you have a child named Sean, vaccinate him 5 times. Science. Logan, hit me. Science.
Cynthia Jackson says, the Illuminati wants to cull the population. Darwinism. Your thoughts, Doc Vader?
Of course we do. What do you think?
Oh, you're in the Illuminati.
Oh, why do you think I have the mask? You think it's because I was burned on Mustapha? I don't care if you see my burned face. I care if you see my face because I'm in the Illuminati.
What's the ultimate plan of the Illuminati? What do you guys talk about at the meetings?
Oh, I'm going to tell, how many people are watching right now, Heineba?
642.
642 people want to learn. Okay, this is what will happen, Tom. Let me explain to you what will happen.
Okay.
Right now, okay, if you don't hit share right now, assuming you don't hit share, which means you're really out to lunch, because this issues the bomb, okay? If you don't hit share right now, 642 people will hear me tell you what we're actually up to in the Illuminati. I will tell you about the chemtrails, I will tell you about the vaccines, I will tell you about Big Pharma's conspiracy, and I will tell you about John Boy on the Waltons. I bet you didn't know about that. When I tell you all of this stuff, then, and only then, will I have to kill every single one of you. And if I wasn't out of force rollover minutes, you would already be dead. So would you like that? If you would like that, then Tom, I'm happy to explain. I can just spill the beans.
I'd love to hear it.
Oh, really? So you want all these people to lose their lives? How many people are watching now?
608, let's kill them all, Doc.
People are leaving because they're scared to die. They don't want to know. They're like, you know what? If he tells me this, it's a pretty good chance stormtroopers are going to show up at my door and I'm going to go the way of Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, burned up, drinking my blue milk on the moisture farm and just toasted to a crisp, okay? Ain't nobody got time for that. Cash me, dark side, okay? How about that? How about that?
Travis Williams says, what's your opinion on marijuana as a cancer treatment? You love the weed, don't you?
As a treatment for cancer, are you high? Are you high? It is a
Doc,
treatment for the symptoms of cancer.
Come on, Doc. A lot of people, they cure their cancer with the ganj. You know that's true. Don't be a shill.
Jar Jar Binks once told me, and he's a chiropractor. He said, "Me to cure the cancer with the cannabinoid oils." And I said, Jar Jar, let's have a word. Come here. And unfortunately, even then I was out of force rollover minutes. What is going on? Can I get a better plan? Does Verizon have an unlimited force choke minutes plan? Maybe that's what I need. They have crappy service areas where I live, though, out in the outer rim. It's very spotty. Incredibly spotty.
So what does this holiday, May the 4th, what does it mean to you, Doc?
It's the day that me and Padme got married on Naboo, and I complained about sand.
Oh my God, I never knew that.
Yes, and nobody listened. It's why I'm crying. It's not because Padme is dead, or that my 2 children were raised without me, or that I destroyed my daughter's adopted father's planet just out of spite, or that I killed Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru just to get even because they never saved my mother from those sand people. That's not why I'm crying. I'm crying because sand freaking hurts. It hurts. It gets in all those bits. It's coarse. It burns. And that's what I remember about May the 4th. Padme. I told you I don't like sand.
Let's wrap it up, Doc. What do you think?
I think, I hate you, Sand. And I hate you, Logan, for reminding me of how much I hate sand. And I hate you as well, Tom Heineber. And hate is powerful, and remember that on May the 4th. That hate trumps love. And love trumps sand. And Padme! Just cut the feed, Heineber.
Love Trump Sand, y'all. Have a blessed day.
I hate you so much, Tom Heineber.
Am I? Uh-huh.